Here, welcome back to our channel. We're so glad that you're here for another video. Before we get started, thank you to our latest subscriber for joining our channel. Make sure you guys say hello in the comment section. If you have not subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe, like this video, comment, share, and do not forget to click the notification bell to be notified of when we drop new videos, which is every single week. In today's video, we're going to be providing a quick update on the garden, on our Project Great program, the things that have just transpired over these past few weeks, and our plans for 2024. All right, so we're gonna just start on this side of the garden right now. And as you see, a lot of the produce that we have over here, well, plants, are getting bigger. Our hope is that we can protect them enough to where we can harvest them after a lot of these freezing temperatures that we have coming up this week. We will be doing another harvest and of the collard greens. Unfortunately, we don't have any snap peas. I just think it was just too cold for them to actually produce flowers and keep the flowers all the way until they actually produce the snap peas. So we'll just put, once the cold comes, and I'm sure that it'll kill back these snap peas, we'll put onions in their place. We're also going to harvest some kale that we have mixed in here, and Swiss chard, and carrots. I did want to show you guys the carrots because, again, I forgot what variety these were, but they've been doing so well. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous. We're gonna stick her back in. Give her another hole. But we have more carrots in the greenhouse and behind me in our hugelculture raised bed that the students built themselves. I need to water this in. But we're gonna be harvesting these carrots with the other things that we'll be harvesting, like the dill, Swiss chard. And let's go to the other side real quick. We're waiting to harvest our last Savoy cabbage. It still has some time to get a little bit firmer, but it's on its way. So that is the Savoy cabbage. As you can see, it's a little bit smaller than the last one in the previous video that we posted to our channel, but we have regular cabbage there, 2 of them, and they are getting bigger slowly but surely. We just fertilized all of the plants today with both with fish fertilizer and pelleted fertilizer, as you can see in that little pocket right there. But all of the cabbages are really producing heads, and our goal right now is just to protect them throughout these next few weeks, since we're getting colder and colder with the temperatures. That's our main goal. And our onions and garlic are popping up, as you can see there. And we're gonna do our best to protect everything else, but if everything else dies that's not covered, then it's okay. But we're gonna do our best to make sure everything gets past these temperatures. And that's the update for this side of the garden. All right, we're gonna be going into the greenhouse. There are a lot of things in the greenhouse that need to be done and that have already been done, sort of, kind of. Like, we've started the process on some of the tasks, but you know how it goes. You get a little behind, I'll say. So right here, something has happened to the outlets, I'm thinking, of the farm stands. I'm not quite sure. As of now, I have to get in contact with the school's engineer to see like what's happening, because neither farm stand is turning on. This one where the plants are that you see, it was on last week, but today I have not heard it. And something told me to just come in here and check. And I looked and I just stood for a few seconds because it turns on every 15 minutes. So during the day, it turns on every 15 minutes. And so I've been here for almost an hour and I have not heard it at all. So that's really a bummer. And so I've had to not turn it on, but I've had to water it from the top. So I have had to take the lid off and pour water in there and just multiple times. And now the bottom basin is full of water. And so it's a lot. We still have to show you guys the video of how we overwinter our peppers. We haven't done it yet. We do apologize, but we'll be getting onto that this week and posting it for you guys so you guys can know for next fall. We still have tomatoes growing in here. As you can see, they're getting bigger, and this one is starting to turn its color, as well as this one down here. We have new flowers coming in, beautiful. And we finally were able to get the back window closed all the way, the back window panel, and it's now warmer inside the greenhouse, which is why we are able to still grow tomatoes, as you see there. And oh, I didn't even check on the squash. I totally forgot to show you guys this. I'm glad I remembered. But our little baby squash here is growing. Look at that. I do believe this is a patty pan squash, that's you would call it. This is our first squash of this kind ever. And how funny is it that it's growing in the greenhouse during the winter? Like, that is so cool. So we're gonna do our best to keep this alive. And then we have another little baby one coming in right there. So cute. So we're gonna do our best to grow squash throughout the winter. Fingers crossed that we are able to do that. Moving over here, we have more squash that wanted to pop up. So we kept it in containers, and if they are able to produce, they're able to produce. If not, it's okay. I do have to bring the neem oil, because these pak choi harbor so many of these little gnats. And so I really need to bring the neem oil and spray the plants. But we have mustard greens here. As you can see, they are doing great. They are doing really, really great. We'll be harvesting along with all the other plants next week. So we'll grab some mustard green leaves for our next family. And then we have more pak choi on the other side of the garden, which I'm gonna show you, that we'll harvest. We'll keep these in the pots and keep them growing for a few more weeks before we harvest. We have more carrots, like I was telling you guys, in here. Those won't be harvested until probably February of next year. So we'll just keep them in here, keep them growing, keep them fertilized. And then we have our own onions that we started here, and they have gotten so huge so quickly. These will be transplanted probably in another 2 weeks. We'll give them another 2 weeks, and then we'll just empty out this entire container and put them out in the garden. We actually had these onions growing in these little pots here, but we needed them to get bigger, and so we just put soil in this tray here. And so we just put soil in this tray and put the onions in here, and we have fertilized them, and hopefully they get greener and get bigger over the next few weeks. The reason why you always see me run my hand over the plants is to help them build their resilience against any wind or any wildlife that may come and brush by them. So by you rubbing your hands, ooh, a bug. I think we have whiteflies on our plants. But by you rubbing your hands over your plants, you're allowing them to build up that the resilience needed to be out in the open air. So when wind comes and it's a strong wind, they don't get bent over. Because you know how you put out your early plants, your early transplants, and they get beat up by the wind? That's because they haven't built up that resilience. So if you can always, if you have the time, always run your hand over your plants gently, not hitting them, just a gentle caress. Or if you have like a house fan that you don't use anymore, you can use a house fan, but make sure you have it on its lowest setting so it doesn't, again, beat up your plants. That's all of the plants for right now, but let me show you one more thing. Look at these. I think these are cauliflower or cabbage. It could be either or, but these were seeds that had dropped about 2 years ago. And look at them. They have sprouted and we have just let them grow. Like, again, if a plant wants to grow, we will let it grow. And also we had to dump our garlic here because it got wet somehow. I'm not sure how it got wet, but it built up mildew and we had to throw away a lot of the garlic cloves. So all of these garlic cloves are gonna find a new home very, very soon. We just have to figure out where. All right, you guys, let's go to the last area of the garden. And you already know what area I'm going to. It's the area that I've been talking about constantly here on our channel about the updates that will be coming to this area. It's just taking us a little bit long to actually get this part of the garden to where we need it to be for spring and summer. But it's the area where we have our 6 rows. You can't really tell because it's a lot of the pine needles have fallen, but we will be continuing to till this area. We do have a machine tiller inside the shed, but I need to work on how to, one, how to turn it on, 2, does it even work? So I'll have to do that in the coming weeks. But in the meantime, I'm going to be using a hand tiller that we have, at least on the rows, because they aren't as, what's the word, as firm. Like, they're tillable, but the actual paths that we want to till as well, those, I can't do that by hand. It's a little hard. I also need to transplant. We had broccoli here, growing here last spring, and now it wants to come back. So I need to transplant that somewhere else. And then we have a little cabbage here. You see that little cabbage plant there? And then we have, I thought we were able to get everything over from here. We have alyssum over here, thyme, another kale, 2 kale plants, 2 onions, 3 onions. I literally thought we removed everything. Okay, well. Oh, we got parsley over here. That's crazy. I thought this row was clear of all produce, of all vegetables, because that's what we had the students do before we started tilling. But there are still plants over here. And I see bees. Hopefully there are no nests of bees in the ground so I don't get stung. I'm just looking right now to make sure there aren't any, other plants that need to be removed. It seems like those are the only ones. I see another onion. Okay. Mental note, this is my reminder. You guys are watching my reminder. So if I forget, please, if I posted another video about the same thing, please remind me that you made a note, Eric, okay? But yeah, we're gonna be tilling everything over here. This will be our our 3 sisters patch along with different wildlife flowers, Georgia wildlife flowers, because we want to tap into the indigenous flowering plants that Georgia has to offer. So we also want to, the reason we want to tap into that is to have another extension to show the students that you can grow indigenous plants, which will benefit the indigenous insects that live in our area. So we're gonna be doing that. So we really have to get this area together. I'm thinking, so if you watch our last video, which was our, what was it? Oh, our seed haul, our free seed haul that the seeds we got from Baker Creek. There were about 3-4 squash plants, well, 3-4 squash seed packets, varieties that we got, and we want to grow them over here. So this is a very large area to do a large pumpkin patch, along with the green beans and the corn. It's a large enough area to have a lot of produce harvested just from those 3 varieties of plants. So what I'm thinking is, once we get all of this tilled by February, right? That's my goal. Get all of this tilled by February. I can't say February. February, we're gonna move the post. We're gonna move them out the way, T-post, and use them for the tomato trellises on the other side of the garden. But as far as over here, have like small patches of flowers sectioned out throughout this area, while having designated structures for the corn, squash, and beans. And I want to give the students an opportunity, once this is all cleared of the debris and really tilled with the compost and fertilizer and all that, give them the opportunity to design their we're not gonna do rows per se, but like the hills, the mounds, like if they want to do it in a pizza shape where they have, like, you know, a circle, and then one triangle is beans, and the rest of the pie is corn or squash, you know, things like that, just to allow them to be creative in their gardening while they're learning out here with us. And just to make it more, make it more fun, but also make it more of what they want. So they will continue to take leadership and ownership of what they're growing. Because, you know, once you gain ownership and you want to participate and take care of anything that you're doing, whether you're knitting, hiking, learning how to swim, learning how to perfect your ability to do cross country, like anything that you're taking up as a skill and a new hobby, you take ownership of that, and you not only do you learn leadership, but you also learn responsibility and accountability. So that's what we really want to focus with the students continuing to move forward, is not only them learning how to garden and the different ways you can garden, because there's no one way that you can garden. You can garden in so many different ways. You can garden in buckets, in tires, in raised beds made out of wood, made out of center blocks like they did here, in ground. You could do it in the different types of farm stands that we have in the greenhouse. There are also clay farm stands that don't require electricity. You can garden anywhere, on anything. You can even garden in a dead tree stump. Like, you can do so much with gardening, and there are so many ways to grow food. So we just want to be a springing platform for the students to jump into this wide ranging community of gardeners that are all across the world. And so we hope to just be that for them. We hope to have been that for you guys as well on this channel, with all of the videos that we've been pushing since 2019, 2020, because it's been a journey these past 5 years. Oh my God. Yeah, it's been 5 years, and there's so much growth that you can see in 5 years. And again, it's crazy that In 5 years, so much can happen, but it doesn't feel like so much time has passed. It feels like we just started this program and just started making content for you guys, and also for us to just to look back on and see our growth with the program and with the students that we've been able to work with, the community partners that we've been able to meet and network with and do great things in the community with, the families we've supported. It's all been great. And with the 5-year celebration that we've been having over these past few weeks, we have great news. We are finally moving into a new school. Yeah. We have built a new relationship with another school in our county. We won't say the name yet because we still have to make plans. We just have to cross our T's and dot our I's and just make sure everything is in place. So once the new school year 2024-2025 starts, we're set to go and we're off running. With everything that I've learned these past 5 years, we are trying our best to implement them with the new school and make sure that everything is a-okay. Of course, things will happen, mishaps will happen. We already know that, that's life. But anything that can be mitigated, we want to make sure that it is, so that we have no hiccups on our end once we start. If you want to donate, we would love to have your support. If you want to share this video, we would love to have you share this video. But you can donate by clicking the link down below in the description box. It will take you to a platform called Georgia Gives, where you can become a monthly donor. Being a monthly donor allows you to have direct insight into the students, the families, and our inner workings as an organization. So you will have more of an insight into how gardening works, how our youth development programs work, and how you as a community member, no matter where you are, can support youth learning, developing their skill sets, and becoming a full-fledged, useful, and important part into building community worldwide. Video guys, that's the updates and the plans for 2024. We are excited to start teaching even more youth, which means that we have to really get prepared. Make sure to follow us on our socials at TikTok, Project Grape, and Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube, EBLLCINC. If you want to join our newsletter, you can click the link down below, okay? Make sure to subscribe to that newsletter. We provide information on community resources from either the government or the community nonprofits that we partner with. And these will either be limited fund resources or free resources for you to take advantage of. We share important updates on our programs, on community events that we either are a part of or we host, and just a lot of fun, informative news that comes our way that we like to share with you guys, okay? Thanks again for watching today's video. We're so happy that you continue to support us by your views, guys. We are at, the last time I checked, 272 subscribers. You guys are becoming family. That's so great that you guys are here. Our main goal with this channel is to continue to build community, so we are thankful that you guys are here and support us. Make sure, again, to share this video. Make sure to tag us wherever you share it, and we will see you guys later in the garden. Bye.